Once again, we back.
Back in the building, man, and I'm done. I gotta get seconds.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta get
seconds.
I gotta get seconds. But you know what it is. This is Dwayne K.
Jay the speaker.
It's Yapping in the kitchen, and we're back, man. So what's today's topic?
All right. Here's my question for you, man.
Okay.
What type of girl would you rather know? Or would be best suitable for your life?
Yeah.
A girl who has all the academia, so went to university, got all these degrees on the wall, versus a natural born hustler. You know what I'm saying? Someone who just grinds whatever is presented in front of them, they're gonna turn it into something.
I say I prefer a hustler. I prefer a hustler. I think people got it misconstrued that academia makes you a qualified person for dating. And the
Damn.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Because, and it's funny because a lot of people would spend money going to university or going to college to learn, but they wouldn't spend money to learn how to be a proper, mate, quote unquote, or compatible with someone else.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense to me because at the end of the day, in my opinion, we're here, the majority of the people here are here to procreate, right? Yeah. Otherwise, the human race is done. So, with that being said, I think a hustler would be more appealing because, as a guy, for myself, I like to create things. I like to manipulate my environment. So, if, for example, I start a business and I'm dating a woman who is taking my business to that next level, that's going to be more appealing to me than, a woman who she has her philosophy degree. She has her master's degree in friggin' not economics, but like philosophy or whatever the case is, and she's not even applying it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, so what about this? You got a business and she's like an accountant, MBA.
Yeah, but again, does she have a hustler's mentality to be able to work? Because what if she's just an academic and she just wants to work at a job? Do you know what I mean? I think for myself, a hustler is someone who understands being self-made. That's how I take it. Now, if you're talking about she has her academic, she's qualified academically, but she also wants to hustle, by all means. You know what I mean? Like, if she's a lawyer and she knows business law, then of course that applies. If she knows economics, yeah, of course that applies. So, I guess it depends how you place it. But what about yourself? What do you think is more appealing to you?
Okay, well, I've dated the academia, and I find they're kind of dits when it comes into social world environments. Like, for example, like going out to eat, like they just, it's almost like they put themselves on a higher level than others just from vocabulary, And I'm like, okay, but then I check the person out that I'm like, okay, they're making judgments about the people I'm around, whatever. But I'm like, yo, I brought it up. How much money do you have in your bank account? And I mentioned that to the guy. He's like, yo, why are you asking that question? I'm just like, just say, are you under 10 grand or over 10 grand? That's it. I don't want to know any more details. He's like, way over 10. And that was one of the main guys. He had broken English. But that guy can sell anything. And he's all legal, you know what I'm saying? And he went to school, did a couple courses that pertain to what he wanted to do. But the fact that she was so judgmental, I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, okay, you got your degree, but what are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? And it's like almost like a status quo. Like the society said, hey, go to school and get a good job. What does that mean? You're an employee. So you have a ceiling based on what your boss makes for you. So that's why I find that I say they're dits because they're closed-minded where security is most important to them. A lot of people are like that. They want something secure. And when you're around someone who wants security, and you're a creator, it does add a balance, but it's a lot of battles. And that's what I found. It's very tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking of the worst when security to me sounds like someone who's pessimistic. Yeah, you could have a calculated risk, but at the end of the day, a risk is a risk. You know what I'm saying? It's going into the unknown. So I would choose the hustler. The only thing with the hustlers I've seen, they a little too hustler. Smoking and doing, they're open to anything. They're fluid, like 100% fluid. But that went into too many other things.
Like what? Like what?
They're going into the legal world, because they're like everything is worth taking a look at. And I'm just like, I understand, but you gotta have ethics or morals. So that's what that relationship based on. But obviously having a balance, because you can be a hustler and you can say, you know what, this guy's creating this. You know what I'm saying? You can go to school. You remember The Wire?
Yeah.
The guy was hustling and he's doing illegal stuff, but he's like, yo, I gotta go to school to go learn how I make my business better. You know what I'm saying? So once you create, you go through it, you see, okay, where am I losing or where am I not? Where can I gain my more advantage on? Go to school then. School, you don't have to go to school and know everything at 18, 19. You can try something and then, okay, you get a stump road. Hey, go to school, go learn something that's going to help that. That way you're more engaged. And I find that a lot of the people who have met and dated, they went to school either through their parents forcing them or society saying, hey, you got to do something, and then they're lost, right? They didn't even try nothing, and that's the whole thing. Like, if you went to school and you tried something, okay, we can work, because then that shows a little hustle, because you went for something you wanted. If it's just academia, then it's like, what does that lead to?
So do you find that the girls that go to school, they are more rigid in the sense that they want everything to be like planned out?
Yeah, 100%. Because look, you go to school 4 years, you're out of school 23, 24. Then you're thinking, okay, I gotta get a relationship, get my career going. Baby, 30, 35. After 35, you get to that point, you're like, the time's gone. It's ticking from when you reach 27.
So you ever been in a situation where you had a ting who wanted to plan out everything? So she's like, yo, from 12 to 1, we're gonna do our thing. And then from 1 to 2, we gotta do A, B. From 2 to 3, C, D. You know what I mean? Yeah?
Not completely like that. She just said, okay.
Shit.
I don't know. She was on her thing. She's like, yo, I only have this time for you to be doing that. I'm like, okay.
How did that work with you, yo?
It was cool.
Okay.
Because I was like, yo, from 10 to 11, I'm here. I'm getting,
Yeah.
So my body is programmed for it. So, you know what I'm saying? With that programming, honestly, the performance is an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? That's like Michael Jordan, finals, every time.
Yeah.
Because I was engaged. I'm like, yo, it's going to happen. I sent a little text.
Okay.
Like, oh, yeah, it was that,
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. They're in the mood, and it was like, it's on. The role playing was going on.
What role playing, yo?
Doctor, all that stuff.
Yo,
so it was good on that aspect, but then it went into, she tried to put it into my life, into other things, right?
Okay.
Like, yo, what are you doing from this time to this time? I need you to do this then. You know what I'm saying? It turned into questions.
Outside.
Then demands. Then statements. I'm like, what the hell? Hold on a second. What did I get into? So it was good for that aspect, the boom chicka boom, but outside of that, nah, I can't have nobody have that control over my life. It just didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I feel you. Luckily, yo, and my boy told me, he's like, yo, you're the type of guy that you don't want, like, it's like you don't want order, you want anarchy, right? He was saying that to me based on how he knows me. And it's good to be around people who kind of could see the type of personality you are, because, man, if someone's asking me what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, yo, it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think a girl has ever asked me that stuff. And if she has, I would be close to cutting her off, because even though they may be asking in an innocent way, I'm not. It's being registered with me as, okay, you're just trying to figure out what I'm doing, and maybe that's why, yo, I'm not even married right now, bro, because, yo, for someone to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how, I can't even fathom it, bro.
We touching a little hot topic.
Yo, man, we'll bring it up, but as of right now, yo, like, I guess we gotta check out, man. This is Yapping in the kitchen. We always got something's
brewing right
coming out of the woodwork, man. So, my dad's always asking me, oh, when you yo, man, yo, I can't even. Anyways, yo, Dwayne K up in this piece, yo. Yapping in the kitchen.
Yeah.